Hi, welcome to Coffee and Confidence with the Down Syndrome Association of Houston. We are going to be discussing me time and balancing being a Down syndrome parent and all the other roles that we have in life today. My name is Kim Torres. I am the Executive Director here at the Down Syndrome Association of Houston, and Coffee and Confidence, or Tea and Confidence in my case, is one of our programs that we offer parents of kiddos with Down syndrome as a way to connect with other parents throughout our network and to kind of share stories and techniques to help them maneuver this life that we've been given. So because we are all in quarantine, you get me, just me, as your Coffee and Confidence partner. So today we're talking about me time and how important it is to remember the time for ourselves and to remember to balance that need to do everything possible to make sure that your kiddo with Down syndrome becomes as self-sufficient and talented as they can be. This video, hi Erin, so nice to have you on. This video, because you're listening to me, this is me talking, my personal experience. Hey Lauren, nice to see you on. This is my personal experience of being a mom with a child with Down syndrome who's now 9. But when I talk about balance, I remember back to those days probably between the ages of 1 and 4 or 5, where I forgot what balance was. And I focused solely on the needs of my child with Down syndrome. And I would research Down syndrome therapies. I'd make sure we had the best therapist. I'd make sure we were eating the right foods. We were using the right medicines. We were using the right therapy techniques. We were doing sight word reading when we were 2. We were doing all of these things because my focus in life was on making sure that Hayden, my son with Down syndrome, became the best human being he could be later on in life. What I found was that by like 4 or 5 years old, I was burnt out. I was tired of being that mom that was constantly focusing on solving the puzzles associated with Down syndrome. And I found that I had to start backing off. I had to start being a mom to our other neurotypical developing child. I needed to start being a wife, and I needed to start being me again. And I needed to be okay with Hayden watching his iPad for 3 hours straight every once in a while I took care of some other things in our life. It was extremely hard process for me to get through. I follow all those groups on Facebook about all the great things that you can be doing for your kid to improve reading and math and social skills and speech. And it was hard to say, I'm not doing that because today we are just going to go eat a big bowl of yogurt at the yogurt shop and then go run aimlessly around the park. And so some of the techniques that I found that helped along the way that I wanted to share with you today during this Coffee and Confidence session was I turned off notifications of all of those Facebook groups. I'm probably still members of them, and if I need anything, I can go back and I can search for information, but my Facebook feed is now filled with things that are not necessarily all Down syndrome related. Another tip that I did was I started working on using the word no. No, I'm not going to help you right now, and no, I am not going to facilitate your every need, Hayden, right at this moment, because maybe I am sitting around doing nothing by myself, and I like that. And so that was a big learning curve for me. Third, I personally went and sought out therapy and just sat down and let it all out on a couch to someone that I had never met before. This therapist happened to also be a mother of a child with special needs, so that's how I strategically picked her. But I just felt like I could let it all out to her without being judged, and it was really relieving. Hey, Jack, glad to see you on. Hi, Terry. It was relieving to be able to let go of some of that high expectations that I put on myself as a parent of a child with Down syndrome. So as you can tell, I've been trying to make these videos short and sweet while we're here on quarantine because we've got so many other things to do in life right now, right? So my tip for the day is what I've learned, and maybe it'll change. Everybody says, oh, well, your kid with Down syndrome is only 9 years old or almost 10 years old. You've got so much to learn. And maybe that is true. But what I've learned in my first 9.5 years of this is that Hayden has a better life. My son with Down syndrome has a better life when I'm happy, when I'm satisfied with my career, with my friendships, with my extracurricular activities, which is CrossFit, by the way, and when I feel accomplished about myself. Hayden has a better life when I have those things in check for me. And in order to do that for me, I have to stop worrying about his therapies, his speech, his homework, his reading progress, his social skills for a portion of my day, every day. The second thing I've learned is Hayden's life is better when our family is happy, when we're satisfied, when we're feeling accomplished as a family. And for me, that means that sometimes his needs for Down syndrome are put last in our family. That my neurotypical daughter gets to pick and choose what we're going to do, even though Hayden may want to fight and kick and scream and complain and pester and be stubborn as all heck because he really, really, really wants to watch Mary Poppins for the 20th time, and we want to watch Toy Story 4. Sometimes that means he gets to go and have his little fit, and the other three of us, we feel happy, satisfied, and accomplished. And most of the time, he usually comes back to join us. And so, yes, Lauren, I love what you're saying there. You can't fill from an empty cup. You have to be giving yourself that freedom to have me time and family time. And when you do that, you're raising a balanced child with Down syndrome. The other thing that I would say, my last comment on this is, this was a big hard one for me to remember, is that your child with Down syndrome is going to have a better life, in my opinion, if you allow them to feel those things as well, if you allow them to be happy and satisfied and accomplished. And sometimes to feel satisfied and accomplished, we have to lay off of the teaching of our kids with Down syndrome. We need to just be on their level. And I don't know if any of you that are watching live right now have had this experience, but some of the most memorable experiences I have with Hayden are the ones where I slowed down to be on his schedule, where I slowed the world down and we worked at his speed with his abilities for his length of time. And I would have, 5 years ago, I would have considered that me not pushing him to be the best person he can be. Today, I feel like that is me allowing him to become his best person, to feel accomplished, to feel satisfied, to feel good with life at his slower pace. And so, moral of Coffee and Confidence, or Tea and Confidence today, is that while we're being quarantined and expected to do all of this homeschooling, and I keep sending you these cute videos on how I intertwine it. I want everybody, or this intertwine homeschooling into cooking and coloring, and I want everybody to understand that that's not the whole story, not even close to the whole story here at the Torres household. We have found a very good balance between me time, between family time, and between Hayden time, and between Down syndrome time. And, he may not read as well as he would if I would push reading on him all the time. He may never get there. But we're going to be a better unit because we slowed down and enjoyed the other things in life as well. So thank you all for joining today. I hope something in here might have helped you. If you are in the Houston area and you have a Coffee and Confidence story to share with other parents that you think may help them now or in the future, reach out to me at ktorres@dsah.org. We may put you on Facebook Live. And we are here to help you, 713-682-7237. That voicemail will direct you to my cell phone if you need any additional assistance. But be on the lookout Wednesday. This week, I think Wednesday, we're just doing a random fun activity. Thursday is a workshop and at noon. And don't ask me what the topic is right now. I don't remember. And then Friday, we're going to be doing some more fun activities. Last week, we did sidewalk chalk outside, which is still on my tree because we colored on the tree too. So thank you guys for joining. See you next time. Bye.